Oh,
Cheap seats.
we back.
That's right. We always back.
We back. We back in the best seats you could ever sit in.
The best seats in town.
Ever.
Look, we got Jesus early already.
Look, sitting in the cheap seats watching baseball. It only makes sense.
Baseball.
Only makes sense.
Baseball.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Zeus, why is NCAA basketball games on TBS today? Because CBS owns that, and they said they want it on TBS.
Yep.
That's pretty much what it is. It's money move.
You spend the money, you get to do whatever the hell you want.
And happy Saturday to you too, sir.
Can I jump into something real quick?
You what?
Can I jump into something real quick?
Go for it.
So I was a little off. This is game 9, but the Indians 6-2, looking pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Offense is hitting the ball, and then what the fuck happens today?
I don't know what the hell happens.
Probably a top 5 pitcher in baseball. Forget just on our staff. Done for the year.
Tommy Johnny.
Yeah, which, as we all know, means who knows how you even come back next year, right?
Well,
you assume everything will be fine, but you don't know that.
Yeah.
Done for the year. Let me ask you a quick question. Are we in trouble?
No.
You don't think losing a top 5 pitcher in baseball kind of puts a little hurting on him?
No.
Why?
Listen, man. Listen, we're one of those teams. We have a huge ass farm system, and they're always good. These young bucks are always good coming around.
So I knew you were going to say that. So I have a little side question then. If we have that good of a farm system with pitchers, no offense to Carrasco, I know he's a fan favorite dude, but what the fuck are we doing back with this dude in this rotation? He can't throw more than 4 or 5 innings.
I think that's why he's back, is because he's a fan favorite, and I think this is it for him. He might be done after this year.
The way he's been pitching,
just health-wise, the whole thing he went through a couple years ago.
And props to coming back from that too, by the way.
Oh yeah, and I think he wanted to come back one more year here, relive it, give the fans a nice ride. Hey, who knows? Maybe as the season goes, maybe he progresses and becomes something, right, and can pitch.
I will tell you, without a doubt, Bieber going down means Sticks, Tristan McKenzie, better get his head out of his ass, and he's going to have to pitch like we expect him to pitch. Because if he pitches the way he started that first game, we are in trouble.
Well, let's hope he gets himself together.
I guess I'm just more bothered because it's not a McKenzie, a Carrasco, 2, 3, 4, 5 starter. It's not only your ace, but like I said, dude, a top MLB pitcher. Dude was like lights out in those first 2 starts, bro. He looked like Bieber of 2 years ago.
He was looking righteous. But
dude walks off the mound, everything looks good, and all of a sudden it's like, bam, Tommy John. Like, what the fuck were you doing, dude?
He said he felt something the first game and didn't say nothing.
Yeah, I think he was in the shower too long, working that elbow.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I literally, like, my heart dropped when I seen it. I was just like, man, dude. And such a, hot start. I know, like I said, it's only 8-9 games in, and that's okay. But you see your ace pitching like he was, and your offense is looking better than we thought it would. And then, you know what I mean? It's like a giant fucking egg smashed on your head. Like, shit.
An egg smash.
It just sucks, dude. It sucks real bad.
It does.
I get that off my chest because it's a horrible thing for this team. Horrible.
Get it off that hairy Chewbacca chest, and
he's in charge. He's in charge of, like, he leads that pitching staff too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, he's still gonna be around. He's gonna be right there for him. He ain't gonna be out there playing, but he'll be there for him.
Yeah, he'll be there for him. All right.
He'll be in the dugout. Hey guys.
He'll be at the home games.
Right. I'd fly him out to the away games too. Screw it.
Yeah, but how long before you could even, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure after surgery, right? You can't, like, hop right on a plane, right? Isn't there something with, like, after surgery you got to wait like X amount of time or something like that?
I have never had surgery, so I don't know.
Never. Boom! Struck him out. Bases loaded.
Look,
Woo!
Jesus says I only have regular TV, can't watch NCAA basketball today because of it.
Isn't TBS like a regular?
Yeah, but he probably
cable?
just got like regular channels, like 358 type shit.
Like the new and improved like rabbit ears that you could put on.
Yeah.
I get it.
Hey, Jesus, what I would recommend you need to do is get yourself a Fire Stick and then look into TV with that.
Listen, or a Roku, either one.
You could, yeah, or Roku. You could pay $20 a month and get a lot of channels.
Well, listen, dude, I have the NBC Sports app and the CBS Sports app on the Roku for free. I didn't pay anything, and they're there.
See, there you go. Go get yourself a Roku stick, set it up, and get that stuff for free, and you'll be able to watch it.
Can't guarantee that what you want to watch is on those two channels, but that's two free apps that show a shit ton of sports, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Plus, I mean, you can get the package deal and get yourself a bunch of stuff. You can pay like $15 and get the ESPN Plus,
right?
Hulu,
and a Roku or a
and
Fire
whatever
Stick,
else.
$20. It ain't gonna cost you much.
Fire Stick, you get a good Fire Stick, probably about $40.
I got 3 Rokus for I want to say like $57.
Now, see, there you go.
And Roku Fire Stick, I think, basically same difference. You can't break a Roku though.
Yeah, I haven't tried that yet.
Jailbreak it, I don't think.
Yeah, you need internet. If you don't got internet, you need that.
You have to have internet for either one of those, Roku or Fire Stick.
Roku or Fire Stick, yeah. But that's all you need. Like, I don't have cable or any of that either. I have a Fire TV, and I use that.
So you don't need the Fire Stick if you have the Fire TV, is that right? Yep. That is basically, it's just the Fire Stick is the TV.
It is literally just the Fire Stick itself.
That's what I thought.
I mean, and I got this for a good deal. This 55-inch, I paid like I think $130 for it.
Well, yeah, I don't know what size this is right here, but this is a Roku TV. So I don't have the Roku out here because it's built into the TV.
Yeah, see, and it's a great thing to have because I got Fire TV. I got the 42-inch in my room Fire TV. Okay. I don't have to worry about the sticks and all that other shit.
Yeah, I want to say this is, what is this, 60 maybe? Got it for $200 from Walmart?
Yeah.
Walmart has those TVs. With the Roku built into it.
And just get yourself.
You remember when these flat screens came out, dude, and you like a 30-inch flat screen was like $3,000?
Yeah. Something special.
Yeah.
Real special.
I'd go get your 89-inch for like, $9.99, dude, or whatever.
Yeah. Yep. All right, let's get it into sports now. Look, let's talk about the NCAA. Let's talk about the Final Four since that was what was mentioned first. We're gonna go ahead and look at these games a little bit.
Hey, should we touch on the already finished Final Four from last night? Pretty good games.
All right, let's do that. Hey, listen, I'll tell you right now. Women's basketball, women's March Madness has been a lot more lively and entertaining than the men's.
I enjoyed those games last night, like a lot. They were that Iowa UConn game was sweet as hell, dude. That was a great game.
Oh, and it came down to the wire. Then everybody's saying, "Oh, can't believe they called that foul." Well, it was a moving screen. It was a legit foul.
It was a good call.
It was a call. It's just people are saying that call shouldn't be made in the last seconds. Well,
but then you bitch if you don't make the call because why didn't you call the foul?
Yeah, then if UConn wins the game because the call wasn't made, then it's a problem.
6 minutes left in the second quarter, you're calling that foul. Nobody says a word. It doesn't matter how much time's left or when it's called. A foul's a foul. Call it.
Yeah, as long as it ain't no little tit for tat one. But yeah, that moving screen was a moving screen.
That was a clear foul. Like you said, dude, it wasn't like a man. I don't know. You could have went either way. No, that was a foul. Blow the whistle. That's it.
Yep. Okay,
I figured we'd touch on that. So, who do you think Iowa? You think Iowa takes it?
No.
No,
hold on. Jesus says UConn disappointed me. He said it didn't look like a foul. Well, listen, if you're moving when you go to set a screen, that's a moving screen. That's the foul.
Every time that's a foul.
Yeah, every time. You can't be moving towards a person coming at you. It can't be like a collision. You have to be
to be
stopped and the
standing there
person runs
and
into
that person,
you.
yeah, they run into you. You're set. They run into you. That's fine, as long as you're set.
Yeah, that's how it has to be. It
You
has to
don't.
be that way.
You're not doing this. You're not doing this across the court and running into each other. That's it. That's a foul.
Yeah. So
On
yeah,
top of the fact, jacked her with the elbow too.
so I mean, it was a foul. No matter what, maybe you shouldn't. Like I said, you're gonna hear this stuff
if
here
you
and
go
there. But I
back,
mean,
Jesus, go back and like really watch it for the foul and not just kind of the end of the game. Like look at that exact foul and you'll see it, dude. It was a foul. I watched it a few times, like over, and I was like, oh yeah, you know what I mean. If you actually look at that and not just the clock running and everybody
yeah.
goes crazy, actually just watch the foul. It was a foul.
He says it was an outrageous move. I get it. You probably looked and you had UConn doing their thing, which I mean, there's a lot of people that thought UConn was going to take down Caitlin Clark because it was just people just say it's just her. But did you watch? She wasn't even the leading scorer. There was someone else that scored 27 points on her team.
Bro, she only had what? She had 21, I think.
23.
23.
23, but she almost had a triple double.
Yeah, she shot like 3 of 16 or some shit from the three.
Yeah,
She had a horrible game.
Horrible game by her standards. Horrible game. I mean, but no.
Yeah, points and all that stuff was good. If you look at that shooting percentage, that was a bad game.
Yeah, that was a bad game.
I thought UConn had them. They were up on them pretty good there for a little bit. I thought UConn had it.
Well,
and you can't even say like Caitlin Clark brought them back and put the team on her shoulders because she didn't. Like we said, she didn't even lead the team in scoring.
Yeah, that was a team effort. That was definitely a team effort. Iowa showed, hey, it's not all about CC. It's everybody.
I think they needed that as a team, even for themselves. Like for themselves to feel better. Like, you know what? We can do this without her.
Oh, they definitely needed that because they needed to make sure everybody else knew too and themselves say, hey, it's not just about CC. But they won. Iowa's into the championship. Then you have South Carolina versus NC State on the other side. And South Carolina just destroyed them.
Bro, they're unbeaten.
Yeah, they haven't lost.
Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, I don't care who. I don't think they beat South Carolina.
No, yeah, I think South Carolina wins the women's undefeated the whole time.
A legit all like around team.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean? Like they're a unit, dude, and they just ball.
They definitely do.
They don't care if the leading scorer has 11 points because all 13 people on the team have 11, 10, 12. You know what I mean? They don't give a shit. That is the definition of team basketball. How South Carolina plays.
Yep,
it really is.
That's why the women's have been fundamentally fun to watch, exciting to watch. I mean, it brought in 12 million viewers just to LSU Iowa game alone. I mean, that's insane.
Which is cool this year. Like you said, you have the best team, like team play. You couldn't ask for anything better to watch for an actual team. And then you still have your stars playing too. Like it's a really cool mix.
It is. It definitely is. Hey, and let me get a shout out. Look, we were talking about Roku TV. Look right there, the banner. If you got a Roku TV or if you pick a Roku TV up and you love sports and you love stuff that's free, download the Northeast Streaming Sports app, man. 24/7 sports is just rolling on it. Just rolling on it. You'll catch us on it. You'll catch other shows that are great. I mean, we got a lot of women hosts that do great with their shows. We got a lot of ex-NFL players, boxers.
And listen, you don't have to watch. Just turn it on and listen.
Turn it on and listen.
Cleaning the bathroom, whatever, cooking dinner. All you got to do is listen. You don't have to watch it. Listen, it's straight, great sports talk all day.
Yep. I mean, if you got the Roku app on your phone, you can get it on there too. I'm pretty sure.
You can watch our two handsome ass faces on there.
That's right.
I don't know.
Every Saturday.
Don't get no better than this.
It doesn't at all. But so seriously,
You want to move on to the men? I figured we could touch on the women.
Oh
since
yeah, we
we're
need to
already-
touch on the women because, like I said, that's where it was. I mean, them people, them women have been putting it together and putting it down.
So
Hey,
when do they
hold
play?
on, hold on.
When's that game?
What game?
The women's championship. When is that? Is it
Is it
Monday
tomorrow?
and then the men is Tuesday, or
Is it tomorrow? Or is it
I don't know.
Tuesday?
I
don't know.
I gotta look because now I'm curious.
But here's a question.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark,
Yeah.
going to be number 1 overall. She goes into the WNBA draft.
Tomorrow at 3.
I figured it was. That's why they spaced it out. So her her yearly salary for her first rookie year is $76,000. That's it. But Ice Cube offered her $5 million to come play in the Big Three.
I would jump on that, dude. 1 year in the Big Three, then I go to WNBA.
Here's what I would do, because here's what people don't understand, or some people misunderstand the concept of it all. Those women play the WNBA season, and then they all go overseas in the off season and play and make money over there.
They make more money overseas than they do in the WNBA.
The Big Three's in the off season. So
instead of going overseas, make your $5 million.
Play in the Big Three.
And you don't have to go travel overseas.
Unless there's stipulations from the WNBA saying you can't do it, or there's stipulations from Ice Cube saying, hey, I just want you here. But I don't think he would care.
Exactly. There's no way Ice Cube is trying to get that big of a star. And he's not putting any stipulations on that whatsoever.
Because look at it like this. WNBA season is going to end. She can play the Big Three this summer. Or, can't. Summer Olympics, she'll probably be doing that.
Yeah, but she doesn't have to. Hey, no offense. Fuck the Olympics. I'm going to go make $5 million.
Oh, yeah. She can go do the Big Three this summer, still get drafted, still go to the draft, play, and do all that. But if someone's trying to say you can't do that, I hold off. I'll play the Big Three a couple years.
That's what I said. I'll play 1 year in the Big Three, and then I'll go to the WNBA after that. I'll make my $5 million. Now I don't give a shit what the top salary is. She'll take her after the rookie shit, $200,000 a year, and she's already got $5 million sitting there, dude. So who cares?
And listen, I'd stay in the Big Three a couple years and then say, because no matter what,
Ice Cube might extend that out if it works, I think what his thing is, that's why he did the 1 year. He's hoping that it brings people over, which I'm sure it will, but there's no guarantee of that.
You know what I think he's doing? I think he's trying to go both ways with it. I think he's trying to bring more to the Big Three, but he's also trying to see the Big Three people, the men and all that, see her play and be like, oh, no, we're going to watch the WNBA and bring more publicity to that.
To women's basketball
those women can get paid more.
Yes, to women's basketball overall.
Yes. I don't think this is a greedy move by him, and I think that's what the NBA and the NBA runs the WNBA. I think that's what they need to understand is she does that. It brings a whole nother side of basketball back to the WNBA, and people will watch because they've seen her.
Yes. It's a whole different audience now that is watching WNBA.
And there can't be no stipulations because Jaylen Brown played in the Big Three last year, and he played in the NBA.
First of all, damn well there isn't one because the WNBA has never had a chick offered to go to the Big Three. So there is.
Well, I know there can't be because, again, like I said, Jaylen Brown from the Celtics in the offseason played in the Big Three.
Because it doesn't affect your season and in the league. And that's why.
But if you get hurt, it could.
Now, there might not be a stipulation saying you can't play, but there might be something in that contract saying, hey, if you get hurt outside of, the season, we're not paying you or your contract is voided or whatever.
Yeah, something will happen.
But who cares? She's going to go make $5 million no matter what.
Yeah.
You know how many years she'd have to play in the WNBA to make $5 million?
10.
8, 12. Yeah.
I just said 10. I rounded her salary up to $100,000 and said 10.
Well, once you get past that rookie deal, I think it's like $250 is what they make, like the max players in the WNBA. And if she goes to any league and does what she's doing in college, she's going to make that top dollar.
Well, yeah,
So
the average I think is like 150 is the average.
right, the top player makes two. I think it was like 251 was like the top salary in the WNBA.
Yeah.
So two, so 4, 8, 12. It's like, dude, it's like 16 years to make $5 million.
That's
Like,
crazy.
and that's what I was saying about even if it is in that contract, because I guarantee you there's nothing, like you said, there is nothing saying that they can't go play there.
Yeah.
But you're right, there probably is something about injuries like outside of there. Like, what's it, like fucking Winslow when he wrecked his fucking motorcycle? You know what I mean? Not to like
Yep.
change sports.
Well, yeah,
but
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
there, I guarantee you. And listen, that's smart. You got to protect your investment.
Oh, yeah, you have to 100%. You spend
Yeah.
so much money on something, you got to.
Right. You want to be an idiot when you're not playing? Well, I got to protect myself too. So it makes sense. But who cares? Like I said, who cares if she gets hurt, dude? That's $5 million.
Well, I mean, we don't want her to get hurt, but yes, I get what you're
No,
saying.
yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like who cares? I think I would love to see her go ball against these dudes. I would love it, dude.
Oh, she'd be hitting 4-point shots all day.
I would love it. I think it would be. I would watch the shit out of the big three with her there.
I mean, I watch it now. I'll turn it on if it's on. Or ain't nothing on. I watch that shit. It's
correct. But if I know she's playing, I'm going to plan on watching it. Now I just kind of turn it on if it's on. You know what I'm saying? I would plan on watching her team play because I want to see her.
Just to see what she does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
She's a great player, and now I get to see her go out there and school some dudes that talking shit. She's a chick. Yeah. I would love it, dude.
It'd be great. It would definitely be great. But all right, back to the men's.
Hey, rabbit hole. We went over
there. All right.
That's all right. I like rabbit holes sometimes.
Rabbit holes. I like Bugs Bunny.
They're entertaining.
I like Bugs Bunny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What up, Dak?
We both said that shit at the same time too. All right, so go ahead. On to the men now.
So we got UConn, Alabama. Bama's fast paced. They probably shouldn't have been here, but they've did their due diligence, beat the teams they needed to. Other teams were out. They made it.
Listen, dude, let's be
They're
honest.
a good team.
This isn't going to be a game, though. I don't think.
I think it'll be that in the first half you'll see it. It'll be close back and forth type stuff, and then second half I think UConn.
But we talked about that. That's what UConn's done this tournament.
They do.
They kind of play around with you a little bit in the first half.
Yeah.
And then go, okay, we're done.
Yeah, and then it's over with.
Your eyes, and you're like, how the hell are they up 16 now? It was just a 1-point game.
It's like Dan Hurley just sits there and goes, all right, here's what we're going to do. Here's the game plan. I'll get it together while you guys do first half. And then second half, he finds the weakness and he just wrenches on it.
You want to talk about halftime adjustment coach? Oh, bro, there he is, dude.
Dude, he did that in that game. Was it the last game or the game before that? It had to be the last game. Dude, they went on a 30-0 run.
It was the last game.
We were down by 10.
Listen, and then you look up and they're up by 30. Like, what the just happened?
Insane, dude. Insane.
And I swear, it literally felt like you blinked and you looked at the TV again and you're like, the fucking score is 82-50 now. Like, what the hell just happened?
How this break so wide open? Yeah, that was absolutely insane. And that's the way that team plays and how the coaches, great coaches, should win Coach of the Year. That team's going back to back, it seems like.
Hey,
nobody's going to stop them.
Dude. I'll tell you, that hell of a coach right there, bro.
Yes. Dan Hurley is definitely a hell of a coach. I mean, the only chance Bama has is they can
run.
Yes, that's it. They can't get discouraged at all. They have to continue putting the pedal to the metal type stuff and just go. Just go, because if they stop, if they gave UConn a second to breathe, it's over with.
I gotta shut this garage door. The sun's right in my eyeball.
Oh yeah, do your thing. I mean, it's over with.
All right. Oh
man, Crystal, get your roll tide ass out of here.
Look at me glowing.
Now you really got sun in your eyes. There you go. Scoot over and turn the pad.
I like glowing. Look at me.
Look at me.
It's the morning. It's the morning glow.
Jesus Christ, superstar.
It's the morning deuce.
That's the morning deuce. There you go. There you go. Now people can see your face. No roll tide, Crystal. UConn on to the championship.
Yes. So I think the better conversation will be the other game.
Yes. NC State, DJ Burns, Purdue, Zach Edey, the 7-footer versus the 260-pounder.
Yeah. The 7-footer versus the defensive lineman.
The dude that said I modeled my game around Akeem Olajuwon and I came out looking like Zion Williams. That's exactly how he said. And it's funny. Zion's not that big yet, but he's funny.
He was almost there.
Yeah, he was well on his way.
That was one of the best quotes I've ever read, dude. That was so fantastic.
Did you hear what he said today? He goes, oh yeah, they got a big guy. He's got 7 inches. No Diddy. Dude, I about died.
Hey, bro, quick side note. Cream Abdul-Jabbar, they lost in the NIT championship.
Oh, I know. Seton Hall got him at the end.
He balled out.
He's a baller, man. Dude's definitely a baller. Indiana State.
Hey, he's like Kurt Rambis and Kiki Vandeweghe. Like, that's what he reminds me of, dude.
Yeah, he did his thing. He did his thing.
Sorry, I just had to side note that.
Little cream with a C.
Yeah, CREAM, cream.
But NC State, Purdue. What you feeling? How you feeling?
For everybody listening, me and him kind of talked a little bit about this game, before we came on, and I said if you absolutely put a gun to my head and said pick a winner, I would probably go Purdue, but I have zero confidence in that pick. Whoever wins that game is not going to be any surprise to me whatsoever.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's
I would say though that I think more people would be shocked if NC State wins than if Purdue wins. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, of course. Purdue's the number 1 squad. NC State's 11.
But NC State came in rolling, bro.
Yeah, they're on this Cinderella dream run. From March 12th all the way now, haven't lost, and they're just doing the damn thing. I mean, they really are putting it together.
And they're doing it well.
Yes.
You know what? Like we said earlier, they look like a team.
They do. And defensively, they can shut you down.
I feel like all I got to do is this, and everybody hears the snap of the fingers, and they lock down defense, right now.
And what's great about it is people are saying, well, Edey does have 7 inches on him, and he's taller. And
no Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. He's the Namath Player of the Year again. Of course he is. But here's the deal.
That's hilarious, dude. I'm sorry.
But my thing is I think Burns is going to get him in foul trouble.
Listen, I think he's a big boy.
But he can move.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he can get himself in there. I agree. Actually, I'll tell you what. I think they both might kind of flirt with foul trouble.
Well, yeah, they probably could.
Because he's never faced somebody like Edey either. You know what I mean?
Nah, not as tall. No.
Right, that tall with that skill set, he ain't never faced that dude in college yet.
Listen, if their coach is smart, you front him. You front him and back him. You pretty much double Edey some and make. Yeah, no Diddy. No trainee. But no, you make sure the rest of the team has to beat you. And you can lock down defensively everybody else.
They're going to have to help him against Edey.
Oh, yeah. There's definitely going to have to be some help. And on offense, let Burns work.
Yes.
Because, I mean, his quick feet and his movements, his spin moves, he's got post moves. He hit the Dirk shot. Dude, I was shocked as shit when he hit that thing. And then he did that fake spin and rolled to the left.
He's faster than Edey.
Oh yeah, he definitely is.
Like his footwork and
Oh,
that.
and I
With
think
the
that's
way,
what'll catch Edie off guard, and it'll get him in foul trouble trying to chase him.
yeah, like we said, he ain't facing Edie, but Edie hasn't faced somebody like him neither.
Yeah, no big body guy that could actually do what he does. I mean,
And
there are some guys he's faced, some tall dudes, but not guys that are big and can move like that.
And quicker than him. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
I'm trying to guard this bigger guy, and he's fucking quick. Yeah, that's like, oh shit, that's a problem
Yeah, there's gonna be some
that
issues with
he
that.
hasn't seen yet.
Yeah, there's gonna be some definite issues with that. So we'll definitely see a great matchup. That'll be the game, and that's the first game tomorrow at 6. So that'll be the game that'll get you hyped.
I'm stoked for that one.
Or no, it's tonight at 6. It's right when
Yeah.
we get off.
I was gonna say, yeah, because I tomorrow can't watch it WrestleMania tomorrow.
WrestleMania's tonight too.
Yeah, well, BK's not here, so I'm not watching it.
Yeah,
We'll
WrestleMania's
watch that.
tonight, 8 o'clock. WrestleMania starts. I mean, I want to catch like the last match. That's the only match I care to really
Did you
watch.
see the like the fucking ring and stuff, dude? The setup that they have. Did you see it?
Yeah,
Badass, dude.
yeah, it's crazy looking.
It looks sweet.
All right, so make your pick: Purdue or NC State.
Purdue.
I'm going to go the other way. I'm taking NC State.
What's the spread?
8.5.
Woo! I'll take.
I mean, that's
I'll take NC State in the points all day.
yeah, it's 8.5, and I think UConn's 11.5.
I can't hate on that spread.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely not. I'm not going to go against it because I truly believe that could be it.
Yeah,
Let me check.
that Purdue
All right.
NC State spread, bro. I feel like that's a little bit.
That's
I feel
9.5.
like it's bigger for the way NC State's playing. You
Yeah,
know
it's
what I'm saying?
9.5 right now.
Like if you match these two teams up, Mike, 2 months ago, probably a 15-point spread.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But the way NC State's playing, I was thinking when I asked you, I was guessing in my head 5.5, 6. If I had to guess like what the spread was. What's that?
These Indians just bring in Beatty.
Yeah, that's not BB. That's not the
Oh,
starter.
there's two different dudes. I'm like
Yeah, that's not the starter.
Tyler Beatty. But yeah, so 9.5. I like NC State, and I think they win outright. I love the points though. The 9.5.
You think they win outright?
I think they win. I don't know.
$5, no points. I'll take Purdue. You get NC State. $5.
All right, $5.
Straight up, no points.
Straight up.
Anybody else want in on this? Anybody that's listening? You want in on that?
$5. All right, so I got the Wolf Pack. You got the Boilermakers, the Drum Beaters.
So there's 6. Is the UConn game 9 then? 9 o'clock?
It's like 8:30.
Oh, okay.
So that's what it is for the Final Four.
UConn,
stuff.
Purdue.
UConn, Purdue is what you're saying. I'm going to say UConn, NC State. And then I think UConn wipes the floor with NC State. Like, I mean, it is.
I don't care if they play NC State or Purdue. I don't think anybody's beating. I just don't.
Yeah, I think UConn wins the whole thing. So that's how we're at. We're both there with that. UConn wins the championship. I really think it'll be a good game with Purdue for a little bit, and then Edie will be in that foul trouble, and it'll end the game.
I was just going to say, I think Purdue gives UConn a better game than NC State does, just matchup wise.
Yeah, but I'll tell you right now, if Edie gets 3 fouls quickly within the first, like, let's say 10 minutes, it's over.
He's sitting now for obviously the rest.
He's almost sitting for the rest of the first half, and it's pretty much over.
Yeah, listen, dude.
Especially against UConn. If he does that against NC State might end him the way they play.
Agreed. I'm not saying that the team around Edie is decent, but that team plays around him as the center. There's the center that we've talked about in the past. Like, you want to see a team with a center and they play the inside-out game, there they are right there.
Yeah.
So for him to not be in there, it changed. First of all, that's their best player, but it changes their entire game plan too, dude.
It definitely does.
You're right. NC State gets him in foul trouble. That becomes a different game.
And then they start running.
But vice versa too, though.
Oh yeah, Burns gets in foul trouble. Yeah, it does. But they got another guy that's long armed. He's a long dude.
But
It's
he's
he's
not
not Burns. No,
right.
he doesn't even play the center position. He's just a power forward. But he's that guy that they're throwing oops to, and this dude's jamming it home.
I mean, I could pull Jokic out because he's in foul trouble and put him in Manute Bowl. That doesn't mean he's the same player because he's
Manute Bol. You mean Bobo?
No, I was just throwing another like tall guy out there. Like
Bobo block it, but yeah, well, Jokic sucks at defense. Manute Bol
who
will be
cares?
blocking.
Dude, when you average a triple double, who gives a shit about defense?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He sucks at defense. So if you switch them out, that's what would be switching. There'd be really no offense. It'd be more defensive presence for the Bobo switch.
You got frozen. You got a little static there for
So did you. Yeah, I don't know what they'll have in there. My shit didn't say anything, so I don't know. What?
That was weird.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it happened to you
the
too.
way that it happened, that was weird.
But
maybe I should get back in the glow.
So we both got UConn winning the whole damn thing. Back to back, sealing the deal. Monday night, that's what'll be happening. Confetti will be falling. Dan Hurley will have another trophy, and he'll still say he's not done. He'll try to go for the 3-peat next year. Jesus says Yoke's defense is not that bad. Listen, it's not that it's not that bad. He just ain't blocking shots or doing what real centers do. He doesn't.
Right.
He plays good body defense. He's just not doing that, putting a ball 6 rows deep or none of that. He's not a threat to block a shot because Yokes doesn't leave. He don't really leave the ground.
Right, but people say that because I don't think they understand the game. Like, it doesn't have to be flashy and fancy to be a great defensive player. Well, you know what I mean?
I don't even think he's great. I just think he's good.
But people look for the flashy shit and then like, oh, did you see that block? He's a great defensive guy. Now, he might not have another block for the next 10 games, but because you've seen that, Sports Center block, that doesn't make that dude great. What about the dude that, he blocked 3, had 18, offensive rebounds? That's the
that's different. Yeah.
I don't need the flashy dude. I need Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, that's what I want too. I love D-Rod.
Yes.
Jesus says South Carolina women, UConn men. That's how he's picking it. Hey, we agree with you.
Yeah, both of us.
We're right with you on that.
We're right with you.
Book the bets. Book them. Yeah. Hey, and on a brief note, listen, if anybody watching is into card breaks or you love sports cards or any of that, if you're into any of that, we will be doing that very, very soon on here. It says I love Dennis Rodman.
Oh, I was like, who the hell's Dennis?
Yeah, Dennis Rodman. You don't even know Rodman's first name? God,
I know. It just didn't.
They're horrible. But we will be doing card breaks. So come on here. Soon to be TikTok. You want to get involved? You love cards? It'll be huge for you.
Football, basketball. Listen, baseball.
All of it. Any UFL today? I actually don't know.
Yes, Memphis and San Antonio played.
Yeah, I didn't even look into the UFL today. I was doing other stuff. I haven't even been paying attention to it.
Last time I checked, Memphis was up. I think it was 13-0.
Let's see.
20-19. Memphis lost.
Memphis lost 2019. That's the only game on today?
No, there's another one on at 8 tonight.
All right, look at that. Indians took the win 3-1.
Wade Phillips. That's Wade Phillips' team that won today.
Nice. Game's bowed over at the top of the 9th. I was like, man, hold on. What the hell? They were already showing the copyright stuff and everything.
Yeah, like, wait a minute. Hold on.
But
we got this. This is wrapped up, dude.
Yeah, this should be. I mean, it definitely should be because Chase will come in and take care, or Clace will come in and take care of things.
Class A coming throwing that.
Class A. But UFL, man, dude, to be honest, it's been exciting to watch. It's been exciting to watch. I know Beer Cave's not watching none of it because he's watching baseball.
Yeah.
I like to see people get hit and smacked. So I usually put on some UFL. Tonight I probably won't because, the tournament will be on. Final Four, I'll watch that.
Dude, flipping back and forth, Final Four, WrestleMania.
Yeah, that last game. If it gets out of hand with UConn, I'll turn that off and go to WrestleMania just to see some stuff happen. Because it's always good to watch WrestleMania. They put on a good show, man. WrestleMania is the biggest thing, and it's
right
huge.
Now. Did you know that?
Huh?
Did you know the Cavs are playing right now?
Yeah.
Down 9 at halftime.
Who are they playing?
The Lakers.
Oh man, it'll be easy.
Hey, D'Angelo Russell, dude, with 23 points at halftime.
Yeah, because Garland can't guard anybody.
No, BK can score on Garland at this point.
Darius is trashing him. We might have to move that dude. See you later.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to go that far yet. I think there's a big thing of him and Mitchell really learning each other. I think they need an off season to work together.
Well, if Mitchell's really down to stay, then I'm fine with that.
You know how your quarterback works with new receivers. I think they need some time together. I do.
Yeah. Well, again, if he's willing to stay, and that's what's going to happen, I'm all for that. But if Mitchell leaves, I think we need to see what we can get for Garland and make some moves.
I think Mitchell's going to have a conversation with people in the front office about what he wants to see on this team, and we don't know. We don't know who he likes, who he don't like. You know what I mean? You could act however you want to act on TV, and hug Garland and whatever. We don't know what he's going to say, and he might say, "Hey, I am interested in staying here, but this isn't working. This isn't working." You know what I mean? And somebody of that caliber player, do you just agree and sign him and then do what he wants? Do you basically let him hold you hostage?
Not hold you hostage, but taking into account that if he's not going to fit in with, say, as long as he's not saying, "Hey, yeah, these three dudes," if he's over here like, "Hey, Garland, blah, blah, blah," all right, cool, I'll take that into account and I'd see what we can get. Do what we can do.
Fair enough.
Because, you got to think right now, the chances in the playoffs got way better because Julius Randle just went down for the Knicks. That's pretty much going to take them. Yeah.
He's done.
That's probably hitting him they're going to start nosediving. The Sixers.
Embiid came back.
Embiid came back, so the Sixers are going to be stronger. That's the problem. I don't want to face them.
I was actually hoping Embiid was not coming back, dude.
But yeah, so was I, just for that sake. So I want them to move up more.
Yeah, so we don't have to play them early.
Yeah. All right, cool. Hey, let's do it to where we play the Knicks. We're 3-6 with the Knicks or 4-5 with the Knicks again, and we can take them out this time. And then
Brunson scores 70 on Garland.
And then we got to face the Bucks if they win, because the Bucks are 2 right now. We'll have to face the Bucks.
I don't want to play the Bucks either.
Well, we're gonna have to.
I know.
Wait, well, actually, to be honest, who knows? Who knows, man? The East is pretty good, and the Bucks can lose. They lost before.
I feel like the East, I would put Boston a notch above the rest. I think Boston is
yeah, they got a complete team.
But if you went 2 through 10 seeds, they're all pretty like this, dude.
Yeah, they're all
like you said. 10, I think 10 could beat 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like the East is that kind of close competitive. It's a hell of a division right now.
I definitely agree. I think the West is too. I think both divisions are actually battling with each other, and they're right there. I mean, the bottom of the West might be a little different because those guys, it's old men down there.
Think about it. The bottom of the West, though, is Steph. Do you want to play Steph Curry in the playoffs?
I wouldn't be scared to.
I would rather play somebody else than Steph Curry in the playoffs.
If it's the Lakers versus the Warriors, I think the Lakers win.
I would agree.
Because I feel like that's what it's going to be at the bottom right now. The Lakers aren't.
You don't have anything else right now other than Steph, though. That team is.
Yeah, Clay's not looking right. Draymond's just getting himself in the shit. That I'm telling you, they need to trade Clay and Draymond, see what they can get, and just try to a small rebuild with Steph still there, and then that'd be that. And then
Yes,
Steph's gonna,
not a complete washout rebuild, but
yeah,
yes, I would agree with you, 100%. You need to do something because it's not working.
no,
You got Curry and Kaminga.
yeah, Kaminga.
Kaminga's a great player. You do like you said, like a little slight rebuild. You could be back in the 1 seed next year without a doubt. You know what I mean? Move
Get rid of
piece.
Yeah, get rid of Draymond, get rid of Clay, get what you can get back. You know, you probably aren't going to get back stars, but you'll get it back enough to where trade one, see what you get, and then use that in the next trade, add to it, and maybe you can grab back a decent star, you know, a nice mid star and a couple other
But think
pieces.
about it too. You get rid of Draymond and Clay. You also now opened up some free agent money.
Yes.
You know, a guy aged in between Curry and Kaminga. You know, half veteran.
Well, you bring it's some good things going to happen. I mean,
Yeah,
that could change everything up there. Could definitely change everything up for the Warriors, and they have to do it. This isn't, oh, well, we want to keep it together. Nostalgia.
there
Screw
isn't
your
because
nostalgia, dude.
Steph's age is doing this, and he's eventually going to look at you and go, "No, fuck you! Like I don't want to do this anymore. You
Yeah.
know, I'm not doing this."
Yeah, screw all that. I mean, that's what it is. I'm not build a statue of the three of them, do all that, but you don't need to keep them around the whole time because Clay and Draymond are just dragging you down right now.
Correct.
Draymond especially. So I mean, you're
Listen,
probably not going to get
you
nothing with
now.
him.
To me, the key was they put Clay off the bench. Like, isn't that the first sign of like, all right, we need to do something here?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I looked at it and I was just like, oh shit. Like, okay, now they got to be thinking like this is it. We're done after this year. We're gonna kind of half wash it out. You know, like you said, kind of half rebuild.
Yeah.
They got to do something.
Changes are coming. Winter's coming. Good old Game of Thrones reference.
I don't know. I've never seen
Yeah,
that.
that's right. Beer Cave doesn't watch TV.
I'm watching TV right now.
Yeah. You don't watch TV shows or movies. He has no clue what anything is.
No, I really don't watch any TV shows whatsoever.
Doesn't watch nothing. It might help him if he did do that, but it's.
I watch a little Beat Bobby Flay sometimes, little guys' grocery games.
I told you to put on The Boys, man. Gotta watch The Boys.
For 20 minutes?
20 minutes.
Yeah, because I'd be out.
You can watch The Boys. Watch The Boys with BK. He'll love it.
Yeah, I'll have to text you and be like, which episode is that again?
Listen, the whole first season is straight. You're good.
No, I'm talking about that he can't see. Like, because we were talking about it on the old.
Oh, yeah, he definitely can't see the one, which would be pretty crazy. I think that's episode 2, or that's season 2, the episode 1.
Oh, so we're good through the first season.
There might be some stuff you see, but nothing like that.
I mean, let's be honest, dude. I'm sure he's seen what we're talking about. You know what I mean? No.
I mean,
it's pretty like up there.
I'll talk to you about it after the show and explain it to you. But Jesus goes, any chance UFL players get a call for summer camp at NFL team? Hell yeah. Yes, 100%. Listen, some of these guys down there are looking good. And Dallas hasn't picked a damn person up. I mean, they have, but it's been nobody worth mentioning. Jerry Jones said we're all in. Then he said we needed to do it with less.
No, the Texans are all in.
Well, yeah, and that's what the whole thing is. No, Houston's all in, buddy. So yep. Dallas is probably going to pick up a couple of these UFL wide receivers and maybe a running back from down there and see if they can put them in. And then after this year, they'll let Dak and Mike McCarthy go. They'll sign Micah to a nice contract, tell CD we're about to do this change, and then bring in some people and see what happens.
That Dallas situation is going to get weird, I feel like.
I feel like Jerry Jones has got like dementia or something. Like he's forgetting. He's forgetting his team sucks and that they weren't just winners or something.
Yeah, hey,
it's 90s, Jerry. You didn't win.
It's not Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, and Evan Smith anymore, bro.
This ain't the 90s, Jerry. You didn't just
No.
win a Super Bowl, buddy.
In the 90s was now like 30 years ago, dude.
Yeah, you should have did some shit. I mean, you could have called the Bills and said, "Hey, let me get Stephon
Hell, could you imagine Diggs and Lamb like lined up with each other? That's sick,
Diggs and
bro.
Lamb." And then Diggs is playing with his brother, which they've talked about. You could have had that. You could have gave them Cooks and said, "Here, you could have Cooks."
And the draft pick.
Yeah. No, to be honest, they probably wouldn't even have did that.
But you know what I mean. I would have either way. I would have been like, "Here, take it," because we need somebody.
I mean, the fact that it was a second-round pick next year, and then they gave him Diggs, and then they gave him 2 draft picks.
Yeah.
With Diggs, like a 5th and a 7th or some shit.
Listen, Houston straight just said, we're going to go ahead and do what we want to do right now.
Oh, yeah, it was TR for real.
Yep.
That was a definite TR. They mentally, emotionally, and physically abused the hell out of the Bills.
All I can picture right now is Stroud's smile is this big.
Yeah.
You gave me Mixon and Diggs. Thank you.
And you got healthy Nico Collins and Tank Dell coming back.
And you got Dell coming back too.
And you got Schultz still. You re-signed him, so he stayed. And you said, hold on the defense, we're going to grab these couple guys and Daniil Hunter and put them on the other side of Will Anderson Jr. That's rough.
Are you there?
Yeah, I heard you.
Hello?
What's up? Oh, it's on his end. He went out. I figured it had to be him. I ain't do shit wrong, but hey, seriously, Houston has literally at the poker table straight goes. What am I holding here? They got an ace king suited. They're just hoping the rest comes in. What's going on, Bear Cave?
My internet just went out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, let me try to get this reset. I'll call you back in a couple minutes.
All right.
Let everybody know I'm sorry. That's out of my hands.
Well, they're listening to you right now. You're on speaker.
All right, cool. Let me see if I can get this thing reset.
All right. If not, jump on your phone. Use your phone.
I can't. The front camera don't work.
Oh, shit. All right.
All right.
All right. Well, Beer Cave's having technical difficulties. Jesus says, what happens if Texans rookies help out? I mean, that just means it makes it a lot easier for them veterans. I'm telling you right now, dude, this Texans team not only loaded up, they were already loaded with young talent. They added veteran talent. That's just going to help with the sophomore slump here. I went over this before. The sophomore slump, to me, is going to be non-existent now because you have that veteran running back in Joe Mixon, that veteran receiver in Diggs. You have a defense that will hold it down for you if you do have a couple bad drives and you can get back together and get back to going. So I really believe the Texans took their whole pot, their whole chip stack and said, shit, all in for the next couple years because they got Diggs for the next 2. The Daniil Hunter, I think, signed for a couple. You got this team squared away. Mixon's the only one that would have to be re-signed or franchised or whatever after this because he's got 1 year left. I believe. No, maybe actually 2. I don't know. So he might be a couple years of this. They'll make that run. I put a poll out and said, do they go to the AFC Championship game? That poll was an astounding, an extreme yes. And I truly believe that is exactly what could happen here. That is exactly what could happen here. And Patrick Mahomes and them over there, do they meet him there? Or is it one of the AFC North squads? Or A-Rod and the Jets? Because they added more pieces of that defense. Is it them that meet up with the Texans? It's going to be a wild ride this coming year. And football's about to be amazing. Amazing. But, man, gosh, It's just back to the whole Dallas factor. It just amazes me how Jerry Jones can't get a grip on what's going on. This is why he needed to have a GM. He should have brought in the GM. Jesus says, what should Texans draft? I think they need to build on the O-line a little bit. They don't have a good O-line. You got the left tackle. I can't think of his name. Great left tackle, but you need to build on that O-line because it wasn't the greatest, and C.J. Stroud still worked well. You build on that O-line, get some real good dudes there. I mean, stack them up. See, instead of free agency, they went out and got themselves some star talent, some real dogs, but draft O-line. Because, O-line helps always great. You can draft O-linemen throughout the draft and they'll be good. You know what? You can't teach 300 plus pounds, 6'4". You just can't teach it. So, truly, get some O-line, help, and I think that'll be great for them. He says Jerry's waiting Shedeur Sanders, then sign free agents. Well, no, yeah, Mike and Dak are done. After this next year, they're both gone. He already said he's not signing a Dak to the extension. They're both gone. He knows it. And like you just said, Shedeur Sanders, Deion would be okay with him going there. But he has to have the right pieces. So maybe he goes for Henry and Deion. Henry's got to figure out what position he truly wants to play, whether it's corner or whether it's wide receiver. Or, I mean, there have been times where you saw Troy Brown played corner and wide out. You saw guys jump on both sides of the ball before. So maybe he gets Travis Henry and Shedeur Sanders. Let Henry play a couple snaps on that offense when need to be and play defense. I mean, I could work out. We got to see what Shedeur and them do this year. No, I can't see Deion jumping up to the professional. He even said it himself. But I mean, again, words are words. But Deion said he doesn't want to go to the pros. He's having fun college. He can do his own thing, talk to the families, do all this stuff. He likes it better there. He knows what the professional level is all about. And he's already said that he's not wanting to do that. He'd rather stay on the level where he can have real time with these kids, do some real things with these kids, be a light or a beacon in their lives and help them grow as men. And that's what he said. But Jerry Jones can always entice him with some money. He got that money. He can always bring him in and say, hey, come on, man, I'll give you this money. Your son, Travis Henry, come on now. And he could always entice him with that. That could always happen. But like I said, Deion's had his thing where he said he don't want to do that. He'd rather stay in the college level and actually grow with these young men and teach them things and stuff. Make them better men instead of coming up in here and then it's just a world of chaos and it's a whole nother life. Deion will definitely create news in the NFL. Definitely, 100%. I'm not saying he wouldn't, but it's what he likes about the college level. How he likes being there for these guys and enjoying raising these guys. That's what it is. And he has his own publicity. He made his own thing at Colorado. They built everything around Deion pretty much. He don't need Jerry's World for that. But yeah, Jerry's World is all about publicity. But again, I could see it happen though. I could definitely see that happening. Deion moving with his boy, moving up, because Shiloh should be coming too. And Shiloh's going to be one of those later round picks, mid-round picks. Maybe they grab them all three. You got all three coming to Dallas. That'd be nuts. It'd be the Sanders. That's what they call them. Might as well call them the Dallas Buffaloes. Because I could see that happening if Deion comes. And Jerry says you could draft your two boys and Travis Henry. I could see that. And that's why Dallas says, and that could be the whole point in him not re-signing nobody, not doing anything. We got to do it all with a little, because he wants to get that high draft pick. He wants to be there for Shedeur, because Shedeur is looking like his game's going to amp up. He'll be a top 5 pick, and he wants to be primed to get that. What Jerry should worry about, too, is I need to be able to get back up in the first round, because if I want to get Travis Henry, too, if that's going to be part of this whole deal, then he needs to make some moves to get back up in the first. And Shiloh could be picked later on, but I mean, that's an idea. That's a concept that could possibly happen. Is Dion and his boys come to Dallas. And boy, would that still be stupid for Dallas. But I mean, Shedeur should be good. That whole team could be good. Shedeur could say whatever he wants. I mean, we've seen it happen a couple times. I mean, we saw Eli Manning do it, where Archie came out and said he's not going to San Diego, and he forced the move. I mean, we've seen it happen. There happened a time before that too, I believe. One time before that. Was it John Elway? I'm pretty sure it was John Elway did it. Refused to say he was going to go to that team and wouldn't do it. Wouldn't do this or that. So, I mean, we've seen that happen. So, I mean, if teams know that ahead of time and how it's going to be, they can say, screw that. You're coming here, or you're just, and if you're going to refuse to play, well, then cool. We'll sit you on our bench and you could waste away your prime time. But teams don't want to do that. So they'll probably make the trade or the deal. I mean, I'm sure Jerry Jones, if he wants him that bad, he will light up the sky and send every draft pick he can, or make the moves he needs to jump up there and grab him. But like I said, we've already seen players say, hey, I'm not going there. I'm not doing this. And that's what's happened. Again, for everybody that just came in, Beer Cave had some technical difficulties. Internet went out. So I'm riding solo until he can get back. If not, well then, hey, this is what it is. But remember, you got a Roku. Plan on getting a Roku. Thinking about it. You love sports. Northeast Streaming Sports app. Download it 24/7. 24/7. You sick and tired of the ESPN guys, Fox Sports guys? Northeast Streaming Sports app is where you want to be. It's what you want to listen to. You can watch everything. That's where you want to be. Jesus says, we might see more players in college because of NIL choose and pick where they go. What you'll see is players look at who's drafting where and change their mind and stay in college until they have to come out. That's what you're going to start seeing. You'll see a lot of that. I mean, I know players were offered money to return this year. I know Marvin Harrison got offered a nice chunk of change to go back, and he chose not to. When in reality, he could have went back and been part of one of the best wide receiving core ever. And Ohio State could have won the Big Ten and went on to fight for a national championship. That could have happened. But players will get that money. I mean, Saban, the reason why Saban retired, he came out and said it. He said as soon as the Rose Bowl was over, he had players come to him and say, how much playing time am I going to have next year? And how much money are you going to pay me? That's when Saban said, that's when I knew I was done. When playing the game of football, when coaching and teammates and teamwork and putting in the time didn't matter no more, it was all about money, that's when he said he was done. They got to get good enough to be able to do that. You can't put your ego in front of reality and end up ruining your career over pride. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Crystal. They have to know what it is, and they have to be that good. But the problem is if you're that good, then you want to go wherever because you want to make that team. See, I always said this. When I was coaching basketball and I was coaching my son, if my son ever jumped out and became like crazy good, and he was one of those sought out thought out guys, I'd tell them, don't go to the fancy college. Don't go to the big colleges. Find yourself somewhere where you're nice at. Ohio State's not a big basketball school. Go there or go to a Cincinnati or go somewhere little in a sense. You don't got to go to the Duke, the Kentuckys, the Villanovas and all that. You'll be immortalized in them schools, them towns, them states if you take care of business there. Bye, kids. What's good? Yes, Mania, baby. I was just watching the NXT stuff earlier. That stuff's crazy. I just watched Trick whip on Mello and Iowa. Yes. Yes, CC, the team showed they could do it. Now it's not just about her, it's about them. And they put down UConn. I have UConn beating up on Alabama, and I literally just bet $5 with my co-host who's having technical difficulties. I took NC State to beat Purdue. I took it straight outright. NC State to beat Purdue. I think they get Edey in foul trouble, and I think Burns does his thing a little bit. And it's not even I'm just riding the hype. I like their defensive strategies. They've shut down some good offensive teams and held them low scoring. I mean, they've done their damn job. So I like UConn versus NC State, and I think UConn wins the whole thing. I think they go back to back. But yeah, again, the NIL is about to start affecting college ball. So he goes, we are all NWO Wolfpack this weekend. Hell yeah, right? Oh, man, I remember when that first came out. NWO came out. Then you had the Wolfpack, the red face paint of Sting. Yeah, Conan, Nash, Scott Hall. Oh, man. Lex Luger joined. Macho Man was around in it. God, they had so many dudes jumping around in that. It was like the whole WCW at one point had been part of the NWO. Like you took sides. If you were in the WCW, you either were the Wolfpack or you were the NWO. That was it. You had to be on somebody's side, whether you wore the colors or not. Remember, the Big Show. He was NWO too. He got brought into it. It was just crazy. Dennis Rodman, he was NWO. I remember you remember this. Dennis Rodman and Hulk Hogan took on DDP and Karl Malone in a match one time. That was insane. I remember that. I remember Rodman literally missed practice, missed stuff, went Monday night. Like they won a game Sunday, left. He went Monday night, was on Monday Night Nitro, did all that, and then went back to play basketball during the playoffs. Or was it during the finals maybe even? That was crazy. But yeah, him and Hulk Hogan faced Karl Malone and DDP. Karl Malone was out there with just jeans on, doing his thing. He was big as hell, though. You had D-Rod all tatted up with, like, green hair. Shit's classic back then. Shit's classic. But, yeah, I'm going to watch some WrestleMania. I'm going to watch UConn. I want to watch this game at 6. That's the real game I want to watch. I want to see NC State Purdue. I think that'll be the most exciting game of the two because I think UConn's going to play around with its prey and then step on its throat and wipe them off the floor. And that's going to be the end of that. I mean, I hope it's a better game than that. I hope Bama can continue to run and everything can be a good game. But I feel like they're going to run out of gas and UConn's just going to wait. They do the best second half adjustments, like we already said. But again, the NIL, let's go back to the NIL that we were just talking about. That's going to start flushing with college basketball, and that's going to make things change there too. A lot of things are going to happen there. You're going to have to start regulating it. And they're going to bring the federal government in. All that stuff's going to have to be regulated. The transfer portal's crazy, where every year you can just jump in it. Like that's, damn. You literally can win a championship every year. You go win a championship, go in a transfer portal, go to the next best team. Win a championship with them. You can win a championship 4 years, 4 different teams. That's insane to me that you're able to do that. You should literally only be able to transfer once. And then if something happens with the coach or some major thing happens at that college, all right, you could transfer again, but you can only literally transfer once without something major happening. Because to me, that's just crazy. They could just do this whenever. Like Haley, who transferred to LSU, left Louisville, went to LSU this past year. She's in the transfer portal now. Like, where's she gonna go? Is she gonna jump on UConn? South Carolina? What's she gonna do? She gonna go to NC State and try to bring them back again? Is she gonna come to Iowa and say, "Hey, hold on, I'll replace Caitlin"? I mean, what is this gonna happen here? This is crazy to me, man. Crazy. Even in football, it's nuts. These dudes doing this stuff, just like Bronny James. He said, "All right, done transfer portal." Then he said, "I'm declaring for the draft." So he's faking somebody out. He's making things crazy. He's trying to leverage it. And to be honest, I think he needs to stay in college. Bring his ass to Ohio State. Again, not a huge basketball school. Bring him to Ohio State. Let him play his game. He could start. Diebler will work on his game and help him out a lot. I mean, Ohio State turned it around after they fired Holtzman. And they started playing some good basketball. You bring Bronny, put him in the mix. I mean, he's got skills. He's got abilities. He needs to hone them. He needs to hone them to be better. And I really think he can, but he's got to come to a smaller basketball school to do it. Drive his draft stock up, and then teams are going to be fighting to get him because, LeBron's coming wherever he goes or is willing to go wherever. I mean, what would be crazy if all of a sudden somehow the Cavs can draft him and they draft him and LB comes back? Insane. But Bronny definitely needs to stay in college, get themselves together, play another year, maybe even 2. Wait for Bryce to come. Play a year with Bryce in college. And then you can both go to the NBA together and hope to God you guys can go to the same team. And then LeBron come join and play with both his kids. You got to think that's only 3 years, 3 years out. I think that could happen. I mean, that could definitely happen. I think LeBron's going to play till he's about 45. I think right now he's 39. I can see it happening. Then he plays a year or 2 with them. As long as he gets 1 year, that's all he'll want. After that, he'll be done. He'll hang it up right then and there. And I don't know if I see him being one of those guys that does that like all these other dudes do. Hey, I'm retiring. I'm going to get my go around, celebrate with every team. No. I don't know if he'll do that. He might. He might say right then and there to certain places. You'll hear him say, hey, I'll miss playing the Garden. I'll miss playing against Pop or, whatever. He'll say that, I'll miss Cleveland a lot, and all these things. But I think he wants to play with both his kids, and I think that's the way to do it. Bronny got to stay in college 2 more years, hone his game, let Bryce come in and play 1 year with him there, and then both them go and maybe get drafted to the same team. I don't know. I do not know how that's going to work, but Bronny needs to get out of the spotlight. At USC with all the other pro players' sons there and Juju Watkins there, and Juju's a monster, man. Maybe he needs to just learn from her. That girl needs to just hone her game a little bit. She's raw talent. It's not that I don't think he'll retire or he'll retire in Cleveland. He will. He will sign a contract where he comes for a day and he's a Cavs for a day and he retires. He won't play his last year here. None of that. That probably won't happen. But he'll retire and then he'll come and then the following season sign that 1-day contract and retire a Cav like football players do, basketball players do, like Joe Hayden did. Joe Hayden signed that 1-year deal with the Browns or one-day deal with the Browns, retired a Brown. That's how it'll happen. Unless his sons come here, he's not going to come here and play again. I mean, if he does, that'll be some miraculous stuff if he decides to do that. But I don't see it. I don't see it happening like that. I just see it being that 1-day contract, retire, everything gets put in the rafters. We unveil a statue for him and all that stuff. It'll happen all in the same week. Yeah, Tommy did it too, right? There's a lot of baseball players that did the same thing with the Indians. Did the same thing. I want to say Omar did it. I want to say who else did it? I don't think Manny did it. But yeah, Jim Tomey definitely did that. I think CeCe did it too. I want to say CeCe Sabathia might have did it too, because he still reps the Indians everywhere he goes. I mean, he reps the Yankees too, but he'll have a Yankees or an Indians hat on everywhere he goes. But yeah, Tomey definitely did that. I mean, that's how players do it. That's what it is. Like Big Z did it, because he got traded to Miami, went and played in Miami with LeBron. He came back and signed that deal. Jersey went in the rafters. Just like LeBron's. His jersey will go in the rafters probably for us. It'll go on for Miami and maybe for LA. And then he'll probably have a statue in all three too. I mean, he'll have the big one here, and then he's definitely going to have one in Miami because of what he did down there. Then the Lakers are, they're going to have him one, especially if he goes back and wins one more before he dips out. I mean, I definitely see that. But then everybody says he's not the GOAT, which is fine. Hey, that's your opinion. I'm not saying, I mean, he is a great player. Michael Jordan's Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant's Kobe Bryant. I mean, there's GOATs of each era, and you just know that. And they just blend in together. Like when Michael was going out, Kobe was taking over. And LeBron and Michael missed each other by 1 year. If LeBron could have came out a year before like he was trying to, he would have played 1 year with Michael Jordan. And that would have been crazy. So you could have had all three of them in the league at one point in time together. And that would have been insane. Could have had a picture of them three that on the court together, like in an all-star game or something. Ooh. Now, see, that would be a sports card to have, or a poster or a picture to have. Like, I would like that. All three of them. One of Kobe, LeBron, and Jordan. Have Jordan doing the shrug. Have Kobe in his little Mamba move. And then have LeBron doing the chalk toss like this. Kobe like this. And then Jordan doing the shrug. I would love that to hang on my wall. That'd be slick. That'd be slick as hell. Because, I mean, those are the three dudes. I mean, there's other players, but those are the three that took over errors. I mean, destroyed them. I mean, you got other guys. Like, I would like to have a big man one. Just three big men that I like. Keem Olajuwon. I would like Shaq. And you know what? Let me see. The fundamental, the big fun. Tim Duncan. Maybe I'd have to do 4 big guys. 2 centers, 2 power forwards. I'd have to get Kevin Garnett in there. If I could do like a big wall of just do 3 at each position. I love the Admiral. David Robinson, I would love, he'd be in there. All right, so if I did 3 from each position. But see, LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan they would be in their line. That'd be it. But, Shaq, Hakeem, the Admiral, power forwards, the big fundamental, Kevin Garnett, the big ticket, and I almost want to say like Patrick Ewing or maybe a Larry Johnson. I feel like why am I blanking? There's got to be something else out there that I'm missing out. Dirk Nowitzki. I'll just get a nice 12 cube and just 12 players because that's usually what it is. You got 12 guys on your roster for the most part. Kind of build a team of the best, who you liked and who fits in. I think that'd be a cool ass thing to have. I'm gonna have to work on something like that. Get someone to help me put that together where I can put the NBA players I really love. Like I love T-Mac. T-Mac was one of my favorite players. If he didn't get injured the way he did, him or Penny Hardaway, them two dudes were amazing. Amazing players. Injuries cost them. Oh, the Admiral was way underrated. Way underrated. If people don't understand who David Robinson is, go watch his highlights from Navy. In college, he just dominated. And then in the NBA, too. And then you had Tim Duncan alongside him. That was the Twin Towers. Them boys destroyed. I mean, David Robinson was a beast. Straight beast. And yeah, a lot of people don't know. Just like a lot of people don't look at the Phoenix Suns back in the day, you had Charles Barkley, but they don't really know the other pieces. You Cedric Ceballos, Dan the Man Marley, and then you had Kevin Johnson. Kevin Johnson's underrated as hell. That dude could score. He could run the point. I mean, he was a master. Dude, he was great. Another player I love, and I love to watch him. White Chocolate himself, Jason Williams. The way he moved down the lane, how he could fit in between, didn't want that contact, could pass that ball, could shoot the ball, he could score. He was crazy. That dude was amazing. He was like, AI had all them dribble moves too, could dribble, could do all that stuff. Williams put it at a whole nother level, but added the pass game with his elbows, kind of back, over the shoulder. And again, he could score. Jason Williams, I mean, Vince Carter would be another guy. The dude could do so much dunking wise. He didn't care. He ran right through the hole on you. Just smashing it through, doing different things. Him in Toronto, man. I remember T-Mac was coming off the bench. Came out of high school, got drafted, and was on Toronto, came off the bench when Vince Carter was there. And then T-Mac started playing some, and that's when he got traded to Orlando, and that's when there he was. Started doing his thing, got hurt, and got traded to Houston, and then he came back, started doing good things again, then got hurt again. And then he was everywhere. He was on the Knicks. He was all over the place after that. It was crazy. Carmelo was one of my favorite players. The centers back then would destroy. Oh, dude. The centers back then would terrorize the centers today. Terrorize them. You had bullies back then. This wasn't just staying at 3-point lines or soft dudes. You had bullies. Again, we already named David Robinson, Shaq, Akeem. I mean, what about Alonzo Mourning? What about Patrick Ewing? I mean, come on. These dudes were nuts. Arvydas Sabonis. Dude was a big boy and could shoot the ball, but he was a nasty center. Ooh, just nasty. Like that was some crazy basketball back then. You talking about Scottie Pippen? I mean, Pippen was defensively amazing and then offensively could score. Not a center, but yes, that'd be another player. You'd be like, Dennis Rodman. He's one of my favorite players. I would definitely need him. Big Worm. Yep, Dennis Rodman would be up there. But yes, center-wise, dude, it's nasty thinking of the centers back then to now. Even your mid centers, your average good centers back then would destroy these players now. Would absolutely obliterate them now. I don't think Scotty was underrated. I think he just didn't get enough credit. He was a great player. I just don't think he got enough credit. People always say, well, Michael had Scotty and stuff. Well, what people don't understand is when Michael left and he went and played baseball for that year, Scottie Pippen led that Bulls team to a 50 win season and went to the second round in the playoffs. So, I mean, for all this, oh, well, he left the team. No, man. Scotty held his own and did his thing with that squad. But again, centers back then. Luke Longley, another center. Wasn't crazy scoring, but you were not just going right into him and just thinking you weren't getting smacked. Dave Lambier. I mean, dude, these dudes just didn't. You smacked you. Dikembe Mutombo. Centers back there were another thing, another specimen. Yeah, Scotty's ego. Yeah, then he started acting all stupid. Got his chest puffed up. He left there and went to the Blazers. They almost won there. Scotty with Brian Grant, Arvidas, little Stoudemire, Clifford Robinson. And then he went to the Rockets when Charles was over the hill and Hakeem Olajuwon. I mean, it's just, it was just, once it's time, and that's what it was. But no, yeah, centers back then would definitely boss these people around. I mean, Joke would have no clue what to do. Embiid could probably ball with them if he stayed down low, but still, it's not what it was. And I've preached this a million times over. Big men basketball is not what it was back then, and I feel like they need to go back to it. And if you watch college basketball this year, a lot of teams have. UConn has a big man they use like that. You see Purdue with Edey. You see Burns and NC State. I mean, Kansas got the big man from Michigan. You see Creighton. Teams have big men again, and they're using the inside to outside game again. And that's what it's about. That's fundamental basketball at its best. Why do you think Phil Jackson ran the triangle? Work it in and work it out. You'll find somebody that's open, or your big dude will destroy something. Look, Greg Oystertag, like I just said, like a Luke Longley. It wasn't that he was some powerhouse of a dude. He was a big dude that knew how to play that position. Blocked shots, was aggressive. I mean, used his body well. Like, I mean, you didn't have to score 25, 30 points a game to be a good center. You got your rebounds. You played defense. That's what it's about. I'd watch again if it wasn't just three-pointer trash. Yes. I hate that that's what it's gone to. Oh, yeah. Reeves? Big country for the Grizzlies? Woo-hoo! God, man, that was the funniest dude to watch play ball, too. He had that flat top, looked like he was going to the Army. For the old school Grizzly, he had the grizzly bear holding that basketball. That was one of the best logos ever. Best logos ever back in the day. Who was on that team? Shadul Arheem Reef was on that team. I think Bibby was on that team. That was a good team back then. Bill Willington, yes. See? I mean, you got to think center basketball back then was crazy. It's like an expensive game of horse. It definitely, because people are trying to shoot lights out everywhere. And if one hits a three, they want to go down and hit a three. So they battle that way. Problem is I'd rather work the inside game and then the outside game will be wide open. Why did the NBA get away from that jersey logo? I have no clue. I don't know why that went away. I don't know why the Raptors went away. That was a great one too. I have no clue why some of these logos changed and went away from what they were. Like none. I even like the Nuggets back in the day was like the rainbow sky background, had the city. I mean, that was cool as hell. I hope to God they bring back a team to Seattle. I love the Supersonics colors, and they had the needle in the middle of it all. Had their little skyline. That was great. Atlanta used to just have the bird, had a little hawk in the thing, and then you would have that big angry bird carrying the ball. That was cool as hell. The Hornets, you had that bee. That was cool as hell too. Seems they want to promote only cities on jerseys. And that sucks. that they're not. You don't really have like. You don't have nothing no more. I hate that. I really do. I really do hate that. They need, and that's why they bring them back. You know, the City Connects or they throwbacks. You see them wear it every so often. But dude, those were the real good jerseys, like that purple Toronto jersey with the dinosaur. I mean, with the raptor. That was a classic jersey. The Grizzlies one with that teal with the grizzly bear. Classic. I mean that old school black Heat jersey where it said Heat, and then on the tee it had that flame coming off of it. That was a slick jersey. I mean, the Chicago Bulls, where it was the pinstripe, the black ones with the white pinstripe, and it said Bulls in red. The Nuggets have some nice jerseys now. They had some nice jerseys then. They had some nice jerseys back in the day, too. I used to love it. They had that baby blue with the yellow with Carmelo. I like that. I like that. That was cool. I like the old school Orlando ones, too, where it was like the stars. You saw the stars in the jersey, in the blue or the white. Those stars were all over the jersey. The old school Rockets one, where it had that rocket and it was going around the basketball. I thought that was cool as hell. Yeah, they have gone generic, or it's just a name and that's it. I mean, the Phoenix Suns always had that basketball. It was on fire. I mean, that was not a basketball on fire. It was like just a sun. It was literally a sun. For a while, they had that one, the black ones. They had that black one with the orange, the purple, had a little bit of white, but it was those black jerseys. That was a hell of a cool ass jersey. See, now you're making me want to go out and buy some old school jerseys. The Jazz retros. You talking about the ones with the mountains, where it says Jazz up here, and it was they had the mountains, where it was like purple. Oh man, those were slick too. So if you're talking about the same ones I'm thinking, those were slick. This is back in the 90s. They were playing the Bulls in the finals. They had those mountains on there. I love those. Those are cool as hell. Yeah, that's what we were talking about that too. That's cool. That was cool as hell. What other ones were there that was great? Let me see. Yeah, the Cavs, the old school Cavs one had the net and the V with that orange. I love the orange jersey. Orange Cavs jersey. That was a classic too. And then if you go back even further than that one, they actually had the Cavalier guy on there with the sword. But yeah, the Hornets one had that B in the inner court that you had the honeycomb. That was cool as hell. Boston, you had the dude. You had the little guy. That was why? Why don't they use that? Like that that's the reason why I like Boston is because of their little dude. I always thought he was cool as hell. Like I'll pick them just for that dude. It was always two dudes. It was D Brown and whoever on NBA Jam. Who was it back then? D Brown, because they sucked back then in NBA Jam. Like in the 90s, they really blew. Like in the late 90s, they were just trash. But it was D Brown for sure was the guy. I always had D Brown. Jazz with a basketball on the J. All right, yeah, yep. Like I said, I remember the ones where they had the mountains. Purple one had the mountains and had the white caps too on them, so the snow was on them, dude. Crazy good jerseys back in the day. They need to like for real go back in their bag and bring this stuff back out or make new ones with the guys around it. Like that little Celtic dude was always cool, like I was saying. I mean, who else had what? Let me think. What else did we have here? We already did Atlanta's. I mean, New Orleans really didn't, you know, they were the Charlotte Hornets. I'm trying to think of who else. Indiana was always just that P with the basketball in the middle. For the Pacers, the Kings looked the same pretty much. I mean, they changed a little bit. It was just the Kings and it was outlined in black with the purple and white. The Clippers have changed up. Yeah. Like we said, the old Raptors, purple with the red Raptor on it. The basketball. classic, man. Classic jerseys. I feel like I'm forgetting one real good one, and I can't think of what it is. Jerseys have gone very plain and boring. No more creativity. 100% agree. 100% agree. And again, you don't even want to buy a jersey anymore because, all right, cool, you just got some lettering. I can order, but I can go make that jersey myself. It just doesn't have the NBA logo on it. I can go have me whatever jersey I want. Oh, yeah, I said that one earlier, too. The Orlando pinstripe had the black with the pinstripe, and then you had the ones, that was in the Shaq era, with the black and then the pinstripe. And then you had the ones that were kind of pinstripe, but they were like blue and they had those stars falling behind it. Yeah, the old school Orlandos were great too. See? And then you had the Atlanta Hawks. Remember, they had the bird on it. Like that angry ass hawk flying into the, like you saw him flying. It looked like he was going to fly out of the jersey. Crazy, man. Crazy jerseys back in the day. Yeah, I don't know, man. Phillies jersey. It was just that 76. That was always cool too. It was just classic. Mavs had the sheriff hat on the M. Yeah, that was a good one. Even after that, I even give it the ones with Dirk where they had the horse. Yeah, all right, let's go back to the Pistons with Grant Hill. You had the teal one, had the horse. That one had a horse too with the Mavericks. I mean, the old school Pistons ones was nice. Like it went from the Isaiah Thomas and the Bad Boys to the Grant Hill Pistons ones. I mean, nice jerseys. Like I said, I've always loved the black jerseys for some reason. Like the old school Bulls, Orlando, the Suns. The old school black jersey is always great. The Raptors black jersey was great. Man, the creativity. I feel like they just, lack. Even the Spurs. Remember the Spurs had that, and then you had the spur on the jersey. It was in like the U. The Bullets, yeah, the Washington Bullets. Gosh, I have a Bob McAdoo jersey when he played for the Buffalo Braves. Before they went to the Clippers, before they got moved out to the Clippers. That was crazy. Buffalo Braves said Braves and had that little orange to it. That was great. But yeah, the Washington Bulls had the colors, red, white, and blue. Said Bullets. Man, dude. It's just amazing how back then basketball fundamentally was amazing. The jerseys were more creative and they brought life to it because you wanted that jersey to wear because it was cool as hell. Now you just get, like you were saying, just basic stuff, man. They need to really go back in their bag and really rethink some of this stuff. The NBA needs to stop doing this bland stuff. I feel like it's almost like a woke thing or something. I don't know. Like, hey, we don't want to offend nobody or do nothing to nobody. But man, if people are offended, then stop worrying about, hey, don't watch the game. That just sucks that it's that way. It really does. It really does suck that it's that way. Oh, no, man. Even baseball jerseys, you can go back and have some classic baseball jerseys. The Blue Jays, the Montreal Expos, the Oakland A's had that big A. Pittsburgh Pirates, you had that angry pirate, then you had that big P, was black with the yellow P. Dude, jerseys from every sport have changed so much and have become just boring. I mean, the Chargers wear their powder blue from back in the day, which is great. Dallas, when they had the star on their shoulders, that was a hell of a jersey. Even the Jaguars and the Panthers jerseys, where the Panthers and the Jags was actually involved with the jersey. The Tampa Bay Creamsicles, great jersey. Who else? The Houston Oilers. Dude, I want a Warren Moon baby blue Houston Oilers jersey. Oh, I love today's Chargers colors and logo too, but they had that baby blue back in the day, and that's what brought it now. I love that baby blue, and I love the way that white looks too. That white's so clean with that Thunderbolt. That I love that. The Chargers are my second team. When the Browns moved and Art Modell took them away from us, I became a Chargers fan because of Junior Seau. And they won that Super Bowl. Or no, they went to the Super Bowl. They didn't win it. They lost to San Fran. But I was a Chargers fan because of Junior Seau, and I stayed. I still love the Chargers. LaDainian Tomlinson was one of my favorite, pretty much one of my favorite players. I mean, I've had LaDainian Tomlinson jerseys throughout his whole career. But yeah, the Oilers, yes. And he had that white helmet, and then you had that baby blue jersey. That was crisp. Even when Eddie George came in the league, he went there first. And wore that. You know, at Earl Campbell. I got an Earl Campbell Texas Longhorn college jersey signed by him. What about the Tennessee Titans when they first became a team? You had that baby blue and dark blue, and then you had that red one they wore with the dark blue. That was a cool ass jersey. I mean, why have sports come to this point? Whether it's the gameplay in baseball, basketball, and football, whether it's the creativity and what they do jersey wise, or how the production of stuff, it's become more of a money grab thing instead of, hey, we're putting good product out there, not, hey, do this, do that, buy this, buy this. It's more expensive now, and no one wants to buy anything because that plain ass jersey with Tatum's name on it, selling for $100+, and you're like, man, why would I want that? It's just plain. I'll go make my own Tatum jersey and just wear it. It'll cost me $20. I mean, it just makes no sense. I want some originality. I want some good stuff that you can't go out and copy and do it myself. That's the problem. And the same with gameplay. Basketball with the centers and the big men. And this whole 3-point game shit they got going on. It's absolutely insane to me. Insane how it is anymore. And I hate that. And then you got football, where it is literally becoming almost flag football. You can't hip tackle a person. You can't hit a quarterback, whether it's neck down to his waist. That's it. Can't hit nobody at the feet. Can't do this. Can't do that. Football's becoming, like, again, flag football. You got baseball. You know, you got the pitch clock, which is great. I think it helps speed up the time. I think that helps the game. Yes, and baseball's getting away from home run. I'm okay with that. I'm glad that's the fundamental game. You want guys to get on base, get singles, get doubles. You need them on base so you can get the RBIs. That baseball, besides the pitch clock and the jerseys and the fact that they need to do what Beer Cave says and put out there and put a salary cap floor where you have to spend $60 million every year instead of cap, because you're never going to cap it up here, but you need to have a floor because owners don't spend 20, 30 million and that's it, and your team sucks. Then they want to still charge $10 a beer, $5 a hot dog. That's absolutely insane to me. They're just money grabbing at this point. But yes, baseball getting away from just a home run only, I'm okay with that. It makes the game exciting. There's more hits, more people on base, more stolen bases. It makes the defense have to work more. That's why me and him talked about it too. The only all-star game worth watching besides NHL, because they do some crazy stuff and it takes some real talent to do that stuff, is baseball. Because you have to still pitch. You have to still hit. You have to still field. You can't just be like, yeah, I'm not going to play defense and just let the ball hit the ground. You're not going to do that. They're going to actually play the game, and that's what's great about baseball and with the all-star games. Same with hockey. Hockey's going to play the game. They're not going to just, we're not playing defense. No, they're going to play the damn game. But again, what has happened to the world of sports that it's made it so soft and so bland and just generic and just unoriginal. It's just, it's not appealing. Like everybody look at the UFL jerseys. Look at the UFL jerseys. They're bright. There's different things done to them. They have the logos on their helmets. Different stuff's happening down there, and you're looking at it like, dude, this is crazy. I get to watch these guys. Look at Navy Army when they have their big game. They put some crazy stuff on their helmets. It looks amazing. Jesus says, yeah, I agree. MLB should be hits because you can't turn a pillow-fisted boxer to a power puncher. Only few can really hit a home run. Exactly. You're not going to ever have that guy that's hitting 70 home runs again. You're going to get that guy here and there. It'll be 1, 2, 50 home runs in a year, 60 home runs in a year. It'll be like one guy. And a second guy might have 50, 40. Really, what you want are guys that can get on base, and you want a couple guys that can hit 30, 35 home runs a year. That's what you want because that's how you get your runs. Good pitching, some good defensive play, and good contact hitting open spaces, knowing when to round the base and go, getting some speed on them bags so when a hit does go in the field, you make it worth it and make it exciting. That's when baseball's exciting. It's not exciting to see just home run, home run, home run. I mean, it's great. You just a bunch of bombs. That's cool for those 5 seconds. But I want to see it where, all right, bases loaded. What's going to happen now? Oh, my God, could it be a grand slam? That's when you get excited, real excited about the home run. A grand slam could happen. Or, oh, he hit a triple. That's crazy. Or inside the park home run. Now, that takes some skill, some speed, some real speed. I don't know. Jesus says sports is becoming scripted like Jake Paul fights because it's under the umbrella of entertainment. Doesn't have to be real. And that's the other problem. I won't say other sports are being scripted. That Jake Paul stuff really kind of is. You could see it sometimes. It's becoming soft. It's becoming less progressive, even though they think they're being progressive. They're actually ruining the sport. Basketball's being ruined by all these tic-tac fouls and the flopping. Now that they're dealing with the flopping by calling it a foul, but it's still the little stupid fouls. Like, you're not allowed to be aggressive so people don't play defense. That's why teams are averaging 115 a game. That's why players are averaging 30 plus a game. Back in the day, you won the scoring title by averaging 25 points a game. Now, if you're not over 30, 32, to be 32 and 35 points, you're not winning the scoring title. That's insane. And it's all because you can't play defense because it's nonstop fouls. Football, like I've already discussed, can't tackle, can't do nothing. So how's anybody going to tackle runners anymore? When they get by you, you might as well just let them go. You can't try to jump at them because if you grab them around the hip and slam them down, it flags. I don't know. It's just not what it used to be. And I get they're doing some for protection of players so they don't get hurt. I understand that with the football, but you got to kind of know football, they know they're going to get hurt. They know that's going to happen. But it's every time someone gets hurt, we're going to say, hey, we can't do that no more. Sorry. No more of that. What? It's a physical, violent sport. I don't care what you say or how much you trying to tone it down. It is a violent sport. Someone's getting smashed. Take it back to the Sean Taylor days where he smashed in the Pro Bowl, smacked that kicker. That kicker got back up, ran over, smacked him on the ass and said, good hit, because that's what real football is. Jesus says, if you hear athletes, especially boxers, say they need to make their money because they risk their life, NFL is starting to make that excuse, which is, I understand. Yeah, you risked your life. You're absolutely right. You get paid millions to do it. Say you get hurt, you're still getting paid millions to do it. Why do you think you guys are fighting for this guaranteed money? The guaranteed money isn't because you're good. It's because you want a guarantee. So if you do get hurt, problem is it's becoming so soft, you're never going to get hurt. And you're so the guaranteed money needs to come back away then. If we're going to change up rules to where, oh, you can't hip tackle, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can only hit somebody here and there. If we're going to start changing up rules, that guaranteed money needs to get away because I'm not going to guarantee anything. Why? You're not even getting tackled like you used to. The only reason why the guaranteed money's there now is because you don't, if you get hurt, you still want to be paid fully. If you hurt and you're injured and you're done playing football, you still want that money no matter what. That is why that guaranteed money's there. If it's going to be a softer league, we need to start bringing some of that down. It's expected when you play sports, you're going to get hurt. They make all the money to look like toddlers in our play. Literally just said it. I just said that and then looked and read that. It's the same thing. I just said it more of an aggressive way. That's literally what it is, man. You want your money, that's fine. But you're going to go out there and play. Play the sport the way the sport's being played. I understand you want to tone down concussions. You want to watch the head stuff. Perfectly understandable. But if you're going to get all this guaranteed money, then you better go out there and take your ass whipping. Take your hit. You want to play flag football? Every 4 years, they're going to be playing in the Olympics. Play it. Start a flag football league and everybody just do that. That's the problem here. Take that guaranteed money down now. If a player came at me, if I ran a team and a player came at me now and said something about guaranteed money, I say, hey, hold on. You're not going to get hurt like you did before. We got pillows and cushions out there for you now. We take everything away from you now. What's going on, Bobby? You don't need all that guaranteed money no more. The guaranteed money was because you were worried about losing. You were worried about being done for your life, and you wanted your contract guaranteed. So if that happened, but if you can't tackle and can't do this and that, it's going to be touch and flag football now. Take that guaranteed money away because you'll be playing for 30 years. Because guess what? You'll never get hurt playing in the league then. But again, that's just where my head is. That's why the guaranteed money to me came. Hell, it's soft and injury list is longer than it ever was. It's like cracking eggs. Gentle makes it crack. Yep. And that'll be the problem. It'll be all soft. And then when something really does happen, someone's really going to get hurt. That is where sports is going, especially NFL. Basically, keep the athletes safe and make the money. No more fighting for extra yards or big plays, fighting off defenders. The problem is players aren't going to have to fight off defenders or fight for the extra yards because defenders aren't going to be able to tackle them. Derrick Henry's going to be able to run 100 yards, and if he's by somebody, they're not going to be able to grab him around the waist or try to tackle him. They're going to have to shoestring tackle him every single time. And you ain't shoestring tackling Derrick Henry or Nick Chubb or like a CMC that's quick with his feet. It's just not happening. It's just going to be hard, man. Them guys are going to get all the yards and all the extra plays. They're not going to have to worry about shrugging off players. Players aren't going to want to touch them because they're going to worry about getting flagged. Watch, you'll see it this season. Someone's going to do it right away. That flag's going to be throwing a lot for that hip drop tackle. It's going to be throwing a lot right away. Eventually, people will get used to not doing it, and then you'll see the game change. And then they'll say, oh, well, you can't tackle it. Something will change. Again, take some of that guaranteed money away from players. Tell them, hey, we're not doing guaranteed money no more. Why? Well, because you're playing with a bunch of pillows now and nobody can hit you with. So why would I guarantee any money? There's no point in that. I don't know. We're going to see how this all works out. But hey, again, if you got a Roku or you're looking to go buy a TV, buy a Roku TV. If you're into sports, download that app. There's plenty of other stuff on there for you too. The HBOs, the Hulus, and Netflixes. But this app, Northeast Streaming Sports app, that is where you want your sports to be. Hear shows all the time. Turn it on. Just listen to it. You can see us. Get involved. Whatever you want. But that is the best app You want to talk about sports, you want to hear about sports, and you're sick of ESPN and Fox Sports 1, this is where you're at. Jesus says, was the Higbee hit legal? Illegal. I think it's a gray area there. I think it was real close on either way to me. It could have been cool and it could have been a bad hit. But again, if it's coming down to that, you can't just throw flags like that. I think it was close. It was real close to me. It's not one that can stand out and say, all right, cool, yeah. Send it off. But, I mean, yes. Flag happened, cool, flag that. You're flagging somebody for a drop hip tackle. You ain't doing that shit. That's just, nah, that's stupid. Now, if you're getting hit high and low, yeah, that flag, it's crazy. That's a little, I mean, great football back in there, but that's a little extreme sometimes. That's why they have the defenseless receiver. That's a penalty. They have that already. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Defenseless receivers shouldn't be happening like that. Like, I don't like that either. And they already have something for that. So I don't understand why, it needs to change or any of that, but I don't know. I don't know. We could talk about that all day, every day. And we can go into the rules and how soft everything's getting. But what I want y'all to do tonight, I want y'all to enjoy some great Final Four basketball. UConn, Alabama. First, you got NC State, that Wolfpack team. Watch out. Playing the Purdue Boilermakers. The Naismith Player of the Year, Zach Edey. And then you got UConn, Alabama. And then you got WrestleMania. If you're into wrestling, it's going to be a huge one. It's 2 nights. It's going to be huge. This is the biggest. This is one of the bigger ones I've seen in years. And I don't really watch wrestling, except for I might see a video on TikTok, but this looks huge. I'm actually going to watch a little bit of it. But enjoy tonight. Enjoy the Final Four, because this college basketball. This is real basketball. This is real fundamental basketball right here. Fast pace. Big man being used inside to the outside. This is real basketball. Enjoy this. Then tomorrow, make sure at noon, you come stop by and see the old man and the kid. And then at 3 o'clock, enjoy Iowa, South Carolina. That is going to be an amazing game. This women's have been amazing this year. More exciting than the men's in some aspects. And then at 6:30, come hit us up again for Sports Madness so we can talk about everything that's happened and you can get involved like you guys have. What's up, normal guy? You stepped in late. We about to get the hell out of here. But again, I appreciate every single one of y'all for stopping in. Hit that like button before you leave. Hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button. Go to the hey, you got a TikTok? I need you to go at the Man Cave 10. Hit that follow button. We about 40 away from that 1,000. We need to get that 1,000. Go hit that. But Bobby G says Seth Greenberg says UConn can make the plays in the East, Cap, or nah. Can make the play in the East. Man. UConn's dogs. He could play in the East. He probably could. The East is weak right now. Once you get past like the top 8, it's all trash. They probably could. They probably could. That's funny, though, that he said that. But, hey, I got to get the hell out of here. Again, appreciate y'all. We'll salute y'all and love y'all.